Hey mamas, welcome to today's workout. We've got a 10-minute second trimester Pilates workout. We're going to be working from the ground using a mat, and everything you see today is going to be safe for all trimesters, but specifically for the second trimester. So we're going to come on down to the floor and we're going to start lying on our side. So I want you to bring your arm at 90 degrees, elbow under your shoulder, and extend your legs. You can keep that bottom leg bent, and I'll show you some options here. So we're going to take the foot, point the toe, we're going to just lift the leg up and down, doing some side leg lifts, working on that hip abduction, so getting those outer hip and glute muscles. And then here, even though we're lying on the ground, we're supporting ourselves with that forearm. You can also put this arm down if you want a little bit more support, or take the hand to your hip, whatever feels comfortable. You can also, if you would prefer, to lie all the way down, and you can rest your head on your arm if you want to give that upper body a little bit of a break. Now we're only using 45-second intervals today, so we're going to work for that full interval as much as you can, but take breaks as needed. Let's do one more here, and then we'll rest for 15 seconds. Now we're going to stay in this position, and now we're going to use this arm to give us a little more core, oblique, deep core and pelvic floor engagement in this next side plank hold. So we're going to push out of that bottom arm. Underside of the waist here is going to lift up, exhale, and I want you to think about drawing your core in and up. So breathe in, expand that rib cage, exhale, scooping from the bottom up, and then closing that rib cage down, firing those obliques, feeling that wrap around your core and feeling that pelvic floor engage just slightly. So this should feel tight here and supported. And then we're gonna reach up with that top arm. Now, if it's too intense for you to hold it this whole time, just go ahead and drop that hip, but I want you to stay supported through here. So you see I'm not collapsing through my waistline, those obliques are still firing, that forearm is still pushing firmly into the ground, but I would like you to stay here if you can. Using that deep core and pelvic floor in a side plank position is so great for pregnancy, helping with preventing that diastasis recti, any sort of core dysfunction. It's safe for pregnancy. All right, we're gonna stay in that side plank position. This time we're gonna add that leg lift with the side plank, okay? So I'll give you some options here. It's gonna be a little more intense, but we got this. So come up, core is engaged. We're gonna add that leg lift up and down. Now you're not lifting your legs super high. About hip level is great. And you do want to make sure you're not externally rotating those hips. So you keep your hips square to the front. If it helps you, you can flex your foot and think about keeping your toes pointed forward. Using that breath to help you engage your core, to fire with those glutes. It's all connected here. Now, if you need to, you drop the hip and you come back to that first movement, and you can also put the arm down if you'd like here. But we're adding that extra challenge using those obliques, those deep core muscles and pelvic floor muscles all together. Good work. All right, we're gonna do a kneeling X over. So we're gonna stay on that same side, lifting that same leg. Come into your hands and knees position, so knees under shoulders, or hands under shoulders, knees under hips. So we're gonna take this front leg and we're gonna take it to the front corner, up and over to the back corner. Use that breath. We're engaging the core and pelvic floor just like we did. So belly button to spine. We feel that nice, deep wrapping around of the transverse abdominis. Now, if at any point you start to feel unstable here, you can always modify the movement and just take the leg straight back and in. We want to focus on stability. So there's not a lot of rocking in the hips as we move that leg up and over. You can see my butt's not lifting. I'm not shifting my weight forward or back. We're staying in that same position. And again, you're not going for height here with the leg lift. You're going for lateral movement. All right, we're going to stay that same position, working the same leg again. This time we're going to go to a pulse. So keeping that leg in the air to the back corner, or to the front corner rather. We're going to take that leg and pulse. Just using those little exhales to generate core pressure, keeping that deep core firing. Now, if you feel like it's too much pressure for your abs, you can absolutely just do like 1 or 2 pulses and then drop the knee back down, take a little recovery. And again, if you feel yourself really shifting your weight into that backside, try to modify that leg lift. And again, you don't have to go quite as high even. You can keep it lower if that's not comfortable for your low back, if it's too much. Again, I'm giving you lots of options because I know everybody's going to be different in terms of how their pregnancy is progressing, especially during the second trimester. Lots of change happens, right? So we might be in totally different places based on where you're at in your second trimester. I'm earlier on. Okay, we're going back to that side plank leg lift. Or that side leg lift, excuse me. We're going to start on the floor. So just the leg lift, that bottom knee is pointed forward, top leg. Again, we want to keep the toes forward if you're flexing your foot, or you can point the toes. It's a little bit prettier, but it really doesn't matter, whatever you feel like doing. And again, we're not collapsing into that shoulder. We're lifted here and here. Strengthening those glutes with the core and pelvic floor is so important for pregnancy because those tend to be the muscles that get tight and also weak. So we want to help strengthen and also keep those muscles just mobile throughout pregnancy, especially the hips. Using our breath is also really important. Using that diaphragmatic breathing gets a little bit more challenging, but I always say if you're going to do one thing, learning how to use your breath during exercise and doing daily breath work is so good during pregnancy and postpartum to help your core recover well. All right, we're moving on to that side plank hold. So expand through that diaphragm, rib cage goes 360 expansion, scooping in and up, drawing navel in from the bottom up, lifting and holding. I love Pilates for pregnancy, any trimester, and you'll see I have Pilates workouts for each trimester of pregnancy, but especially in the second trimester, you feel maybe a little bit better, more energetic than you did previously. So it's a great opportunity to kind of challenge yourself a bit while still keeping everything really tailored and specific to pregnancy. And I think there's so many great things about Pilates that can translate really well to helping you stay strong, have good muscle tone and endurance during pregnancy. Just a couple more seconds here. And let's rest, and we'll go back to that side plank with the leg lift. And especially Pilates, I love that you're using your core for every exercise. So yes, I have ab workouts and there's specific ab exercises, but every workout can be a core exercise. Lift that leg up and down. So if you think about it that way, keeping your core engaged and learning how to use your breath and fire that deep core and pelvic floor is going to help you just create the right amount of pressure to keep your core firing, to keep it safe, and to help create that muscle memory. So inevitably, a lot of us are going to get some ab separation, some diastasis recti, some sort of core dysfunction. Most people, if you have a full-term pregnancy, almost 100% of women will. But if you have that muscle memory, you're building it throughout pregnancy, you're going to be able to use that to recover quicker postpartum, and just you'll be able to use that muscle memory to cue your body better what to do. All right, we're gonna go to that kneeling position. We're gonna do our X-overs again. This time we're gonna start with that opposite leg. So again, find that position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Finding that nice strong core brace. Let's take that leg to the front corner and to the back corner. And you might find one side, like the hips are a little bit tighter, or maybe your core is just a little less stable. For me, this side's a little bit more challenging. So that's okay. Just be mindful of it. It's good to do unilateral exercises like this, where we work one side of the body at a time, because inevitably there's going to be some compensation happening. And usually during pregnancy, especially as you go through the second trimester, you go through third trimester, you're going to notice things feel a little bit off. You don't quite feel maybe normal, or both sides are going to feel a little bit different. So it's great to do things like Pilates to help really focus on connecting and that body awareness. All right, quick recovery. You can shift back for a few seconds, and we're going to go back to that kneeling pulse. So the back leg is going to stay up. Remember, you can take it higher, lower, anything goes. Just keep that core brace. Use that breath. And when you're exhaling, I like to do it on the hard part of the exercise. So here would be that little pulse. And then you're just kind of getting a little bit of a deep core brace, pelvic floor engagement. And you're breathing out through that pursed lip, like you're breathing out through a straw. And that's going to help, again, fire those deep core and pelvic floor muscles. And again, you can take it lower if that's too intense, if you're feeling it in your back or your core starting to compensate. Just about 10 seconds left. We're getting close to the end of the workout. Such a good way to stay strong, toned. Love Pilates for pregnancy. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was our 10-minute second trimester Pilates. Like I mentioned, we are going to have each trimester a variety of workouts. If you haven't followed me before, I'm pregnant as well. And so I'm going to be taking you through my pregnancy and all the workouts I love to do and giving you a guided schedule for your pregnancy as well. And I have playlists on my channel that you can follow as well as guides on my website, taking you through my playlists, my workouts to tailor it to where you're at in your fitness level. So if you're curious about that, I link everything in the description, and you can check out my other playlists, first, second, and third trimester, as well as postpartum workouts if you're there as well. So I look forward to our next workout together. Let me know if you have questions or comments in the comment section below, and I'll see you back here next time.